So as usual, we're going to read our reading together today. And today we're looking at the kingdom of heaven. Now this is a parable in the Bible. Jesus often talks in these strange things called parables. And basically they're stories that seem like they have absolutely nothing to do with the point. But then when you think about them, you kind of figure out what it is Jesus is trying to say in this fun way using a story. So we're going to read a story together today. I'm going to have some help from two friends of mine that will appear as we're reading. And of course, I'm going to have all of your help. Now, before when we've done stories, I've made you work hard with actions, and today is no different. So you have to have your ears really listening to the story today and your thinking caps on as we follow. So when I say the words kingdom of heaven, I need you all to go, wow! So the most excited wow. So when I say kingdom of heaven, you go, wow! Kind of like it's your birthday and you've just had an amazing birthday present. When I say the word walk, you're going to put your palm out like that and just use two fingers to walk. Just your two fingers there. So when I say walk, that's what you do. Then when I say the words shimmery and shiny, as I said in the introduction, I really like Moana. And so we're all going to sing together, everything is so shiny. And I want the jazz hands as well as the singing, not just the singing, the jazz hands. So when I say shimmery and shiny, you say, everything is so shiny. And then when I say the word money, you simply go, ka-chin. Okay, so money, ka-chin. I think you'll all manage this no problem. You're all well practiced by now. So let's read together. Best listening, best thinking. Don't go missing any of those actions, okay? So Jesus had been stood on a boat for much of the day, teaching the people on the shore of Lake Galilee. The people were fascinated by all he had to say. At this moment in time, Jesus was talking about the kingdom of heaven. Wow! What is the kingdom of heaven? Wow! Can I buy it? Can I pay rent on it? Do I need to be part of the royal family to live in it? Do I need to be made of gold to live in it? Are the houses made of sweets and jelly? Are they? Well, people didn't really know what the kingdom of heaven, wow, was. So Jesus taught them all about it. And most of the time, he did this by telling stories. One day, a man was out for a walk. What a lovely day for a stroll. And whilst he was out for a walk, he wandered into a field. How did I get here? Where am I? This isn't my field. This must be someone else's field. Oh well. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Hold on. What is this? It's all shimmery and shiny. Everything is so shiny. Looking at the very shimmery and shiny, everything is so shiny object that was poking out from the ground, the man crouched down and began to dig around it. Look at this. I might need to dig a little more. It's stuck right in the ground. And it's pretty big. And so the man continued to dig. It's tiring work, this. And dig. I wish I had a shovel. And dig. And dig. Nearly there. And dig. And dig. Until eventually, with no more digging to be done, he pulled the huge, shimmery and shiny, everything is so shiny object up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, heave! It appeared to be some kind of box. The man took the box and dusted off the mud and the dirt with his clothes. Then he had to spend a little bit more time brushing the mud and the dirt from his clothes. Then jumping to his feet, the man stared wide-eyed at the open box. All he could manage to utter was the word, wow. Gradually, he moved closer to the box until his eyes were just inches away. He removed the latch, tipped up the lid and peered inside, and all he could manage to utter was the word, "Wow!" As he opened the box to reveal all that lay inside, again the man's only word was, "Wow!" Within the shimmery and shiny, everything is so shiny, box was treasure. There's all kinds of treasure. Gold, silver, rubies, pearls. Look at it all. It's beautiful. I must have it. But it doesn't belong to me. Yet. I know what I'll do. I'll bury the treasure again, and I'll go back home. Then I'll get some money, ka-ching, together and buy this here field. Then I'll not only own the field, but more importantly, the treasure as well. And so that very day, the man walked home and began raising the money, ka-ching, needed to buy the field that contained the shimmery and shiny, everything is so shiny, box that contained the shimmery and shiny, everything is so shiny, treasure. Finding that he didn't have enough to purchase the field, he began selling his furniture. Anyone want to buy a chair? Then he sold his clothes. Anyone want to buy a jumper? And eventually he had sold everything that he owned. Okay, people, my house and all its contents are up for sale. Who's going to make the first offer? Everyone thought he had gone crazy. Have you gone crazy? Ha 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 ha. Have I gone crazy? Ha 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 ha. No. The man now owned nothing at all. But he did have a lot of money. Ka-ching. He walked to the side of a dusty road and sat down on the dusty floor. There he began counting his money to see if he had made enough to buy the field that contained the shimmery and shiny, everything is so shiny, box that contained the shimmery and shiny, everything is so shiny, treasure. Oh my goodness, I've done it. I've gone and done it. I've made enough money, ka-ching, to buy that there field. Woohoo! And so, that day, once he had sold everything he had, the man went and bought the field. This is what the kingdom of heaven, wow, is like. That day stood in a boat on Lake Galilee with a large number of people standing and listening to him on the shore. Jesus continued to amaze people with his teachings all about the kingdom of heaven. Wow. So you'll see in that story, this man has given up all he's got for the kingdom of heaven. He literally has nothing left. No house, no furniture, no clothes. He thought it was worth giving everything he had up for God. So I'm not going to ask you to put your packed lunch up for sale or to start selling your school jumpers on the yard later on. But can you imagine how amazing this world might be if we all started living for God? If we tried to make the kingdom on earth look a bit like the kingdom of heaven. So with everyone caring for each other, looking out for one another, loving one another and showing each other compassion and forgiveness. So that's what I'm going to ask today really of you. How about you start putting God first? You start putting others first. Maybe you could be a bit more caring, a bit more loving, a bit more forgiving today. It might be that you're already all of those things, and that is brilliant. Mainly because that means you've been listening to all of our assemblies for the last few years. But maybe today you could find a way to be a little more caring, a little more loving, and just remembering that that is what the kingdom of heaven is like. A place full of people smiling, loving one another, caring for each other and putting other people first. And of course, putting God first. Because as we heard in the story, the kingdom of heaven is worth giving up everything for. No amount of money could buy it. It is completely amazing and worth everything we've got. So that's our message for today. Let's start putting God first. Let's start putting others first and trying to make the kingdom on earth a bit more like the kingdom of heaven, starting right now.